see something strange. Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. This is Halloween.
This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween. Oh my God, I don't know the words. This song is my jam. I can't believe I don't know the words. Hey guys, Amy Pigeon here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel, and welcome back if you've been here before. So I'm super excited about this tutorial. The Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. I've mentioned before my love for Tim Burton and how he gets me so inspired creatively, but nothing has ever inspired me creatively speaking like The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know what it is, but anytime I see that movie, it's like the little kid in me comes alive. I grew up watching it, and it just gives me so many amazing ideas for Halloween things that I want to do, and I just like so connect with the movie. It's such a weird kind of dark movie to connect with, but there's a sense of like childlike wonderment to it as well, and I just friggin' love it. Let's just jump right into this tutorial. Tomorrow I should hopefully have Sally up for you guys, continuing my Tim Burton series here, and I'm going to try and get up as many tutorials as I can this month for you. I'm going to aim for every day. It's ambitious and highly unlikely that it's going to happen, but I'm going to try. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this Jack Skellington makeup tutorial.
Alrighty, so to start us off, we're going to do a little dance and step back to show you I am dressed. Oh my god, I still have green paint on from Miss Argentina after showering 2 times last night. Anyways, now I'm going in with my Lorac Pro Eyeliner Pen here, and I'm just mapping out the eye shape, and then I'm going to fill in that entire eye area, dance a little bit more with some MAC Fluidline Eyeliner. So yeah, just going to fill in that entire area as a solid shaded area, and then after that we are going to go in with Kryolan white Supracolour paint and outline that that eye area, and then fill in the entire rest of the face using that same Kryolan paint. Oh my god, these dance moves just don't stop. I was in a good mood tonight apparently, so I was really excited to do this tutorial, but there we go. Also, you're probably going to want to switch to a bit of a bigger foundation brush for this step to make it a little bit easier rather than using the detail brush on your entire face. Oh man, the attractive faces here are good in this video. Get ready for some hotness. Oh yeah, I'm also taking that down the very center of my neck to make my neck look like a super skinny Jack Skellington neck. Now I'm going in with my my Kryolan translucent powder and a big dual fiber brush, and I'm setting my entire face and my neck with that so the cream won't slide around as much. If you want this to last really, really long, I do suggest you use water activated or even better alcohol activated paints. Now I'm going in with that fluid line again, and I'm just outlining the perimeter of my face and shading behind it a bit to make my face look super, super round. So I'm cutting my forehead off a little bit more and down around my jawline. Now I'm going in with that fluid line again, or eyeshadow, I forget what I used here, and I'm drawing on some nostrils, the little slit along the side of my mouth, and then the little stitch marks, or whatever the hell, I guess those are meant to be teeth. This is a skull, a skeleton, duh. I'm going to draw 7 of those on each side. Now with some eyeshadow and an angled brush, I'm going to go in and draw those kind of angry looking brow bones, so a curve at the front end of my brow. And then I'm going to draw a line along the edge of the eye shape that we created with a little bit of a space between that and the eye. You don't want it right on there. And then shade it upward, and then do a little weird dance. Around and confuse, adjust your boobs so you have no nip slips. And then take a clean 217 brush and blend that in there a little bit, although my 217 brush was not at all clean, as you can tell. There's way too much shading there, so I'm going back in with my foundation brush that has some white cream paint on it, and I'm just going to take away a little bit of that excess shading that we had there by adding a little bit more white paint. This might be a little bit of a back and forth process. You might put too much paint on, then you need to shade more, and then too much shading, and vice versa. So it kind of goes on and on. Just do what you got to do to get you to where it looks good. And then with that same 217 brush, you're going to add a little bit of shading at the top of that eyebrow bone, which will be on the outer corner. And then you can do the same thing that we did here with the lower part of the eyebrow bone. If it's too intense, go in with the white paint. And I'm just going in with a little bit more black eyeshadow at the bottom of it to define it just a smidgen more. And now you're going to see me do that whole blending process that we just did before. Now I'm going back in with that angled brush again, and we're going to add a couple of lines shading underneath the bottom part of the eye. So we're going to add one on the inner corner and the outer lower corner. It's going to be more defined in the corners, but we're going to drag out what's left on the brush inwards and out to blend it out a bit. And again, you might have to do the exact same thing we did with the brow bones. If you add too much shading, go back in with a little bit more white paint to help blend it out. And it should be good to go. Now I'm just going back in with my Lorac Pro Pen, and I'm going to map out the chest piece. So he has the really cute little bat tie, which I loved in this. So I'm just mapping all that out, and then his suit, of course. I'm not going to worry about the stripes because we're just going to go in and paint that in later. So now I'm going in with some alcohol activated black paint, and I'm going to waste my life away filling in all the blanks here. Black along my neck and behind the suit to make me look super skinny, so this all disappears in the background. And then I realized, oh, I should switch to a thicker foundation brush. So I started with a detail brush, and I'm using a thicker foundation brush to cover more surface area. And then you go back in with a detail brush to get closer to the areas. And you might have to do several layers of this to get it as thick as you want. Or take your time and have to keep dipping back into the alcohol and making it not as saturated the way I did in the beginning. It was way too watery, so that's a way you can do it too. So now I'm using a smaller brush than that big foundation one, and filling in the bat tie, and going in with a detail brush now to get as close to the edges as I can, but still leaving a little bit of a blank space there. So when we go in and highlight the area, we can still see where the details were and don't lose them all against the black background. Oh, excuse me guys. 3:40 a.m. again while I'm editing this, of course. Anyways, now I'm going to fill in the neck and the chest with white paint. Using that same Supracolour green paint. And now I'm just going back in with that green paint and some sort of like a square concealer brush and drawing on the stripes along the collar of the suit, so the horizontal stripes. And then I do the vertical ones along the sleeves of the suit. So this was super, oh my god, I can't stop going. I can't stop. Super tedious, but you gotta learn to not be a perfectionist with this, otherwise you'll just never get it done, especially when you're doing it on yourself. Holy crap. So anyways, now I'm going back in with the black alcohol activated paints and filling in the spaces between all of those guys, and then I go in with a little detail brush later and kind of clean up those lines just a little bit, not too much because otherwise it would be impossible. And then I was just going in with whatever was left on my black brush and pulling a little bit of that into the top of the white to make it look a bit shaded. And now I'm going back in with some white cream paint and putting it along the edges of the bat so that we don't lose it along the back, the black background, and have a little bit of dimension there. And because I realized I went a little ham with it and it was like too bright, I'm just going in with some black eyeshadow on my MAC 217 brush and just going right on top of it so it looks more subtle. Now I'm spraying my hair what's supposed to be brown, but it looks like more auburn, because I thought for some reason that this would make my hair darker and it would recede into the background better for editing and like the cool effect I wanted, but it really didn't help that much. I ended up having to do some post filtering to make my hair disappear in the background. But anywho, that is the completed look.
Well, that's it for today, you guys. So I hope you liked this Jack Skellington makeup tutorial. I know I had so much fun doing it. It wasn't too hard. It was less frustrating than Miss Argentina, actually, believe it or not, despite more detail in this look. And stay tuned for Sally, which should be up tomorrow. And please give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It would mean the absolute world to me. And leave any requests for future tutorials that you want to see in the comment box below. Alrighty, I'll see you guys tomorrow with my Sally tutorial. Take care.
He's ancient, he's ugly. I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing.